Hey, this is Angie Meadows, the Restless Traveller, and have just arrived in Koh Adang after a short boat trip from Koh Lipe. And today we're going to cover the viewpoint of Koh Adang. So here we are in Koh Adang, and we'll make our way up to the first signpost of the viewpoint so that you are aware of what to do if you'd like to come here yourself. So we're going along, and in front of us you can see the visitor centre. And it says Koh Adang Cliff. So here is the map of the national park, and we are here on this one, Adang Island, and we're going to go to Koh Adang Cliff. So now we're going to take the path to the right and follow the signs. And I can see the first one coming up. Absolutely beautiful day. Great day to do a hike, although it is now getting quite hot, so you really need to crack on with it. So here is the sign to Koh Adang Cliff, and we're going to go towards the left, and then we'll find our exit. Okay, so bear with me for a few moments. The Koh Adang Cliff viewpoint sign, and this is the start of the steps. So this is going to be quite a hard uphill climb. Make sure you've got on your trainers, and some insect repellent is really advisable, and of course plenty to drink. So there are some people that forget to do those things, and they obviously won't enjoy it as much as we're going to. So now we're going to go up this first steep section. As you can see, it's a lot of rocky boulders, and we're climbing high, so you really have to watch your footing, and also be careful of reptiles. We're quite into the day, probably mid-morning, and hopefully the reptiles will either be sunbathing in peace but whilst they can hear our footsteps, because they hear the vibrations, react to the vibrations, they won't be bothering us. However, if you should see anything, best to keep still and let them pass. And I'm beginning to feel quite out of breath. And as you can see, it is really, really steep. So I thought I'd just show you guys this, and you will be able to judge your own fitness level. But it's very tricky underfoot. There is a rope which does assist. However, it is quite slippy due to the fact that there's a lot of fallen leaves, and the ground beneath my foot is quite dusty. So coming back down, you really do need your wits about you. So, but it is a beautiful walk. I've already passed quite a few people who are all quite hot and looking relieved they're at the end of this walk. But it really is quite exciting, particularly if you haven't done it before, because you don't know what to expect. apart from the fact that you will be expecting to get very hot, and as I said, you can't have enough water with you. Here's viewpoint 1, just arrived. So now we're going to go down actually to the viewpoint. It's a little bit tricky, so you're just going to have to bear with me, and hopefully I don't break my neck on the way to it. So not too bad. Over a few little boulders, and wow, hey, this is a really nice view. And I'll give you a 360 degrees. So this is all the beautiful Andaman Sea from Koh Adang. And there is the first viewpoint, viewpoint 1, where we can see Koh Lipe, the beautiful Koh Lipe, which is just a 10-minute tailboat from Koh Adang. Two very, very different places. And we're here amidst the jungle and the tricky pathway. Great trekking and well worth the effort. So viewpoint 1 will now resume and go on our way to viewpoint 2. And you can see the boulders ahead of us, so it's quite tough. And at this point I'll stop again so that I can use both hands to scramble. And here we are at viewpoint number 2, and as you can see behind me you have the clear view of Koh Lipe. Koh Lipe is approximately 2 kilometers from end to end, and it's very lively, and as you can see has the lovely crystal clear waters of the Andaman Sea. The dark areas in the water are full of the coral reef, where snorkeling is fantastic. You can see some really good fishes. So this is viewpoint number 2 at Koh Adang, and we'll now make our way up to viewpoint number 3. Thank you. So we're still climbing up to viewpoint 3. However, the very hard work was from viewpoint 1 to 2, and this is just a little bit of an extra stretch. However, the view of Koh Lipe will be that much clearer and more beautiful, and there's a really lovely cool breeze just coming through the trees at the moment, trees of the jungle. And if I stop and give you a slight, you can see absolutely full of jungle. The path is very clear and you must keep to it, because if you try to be clever and veer off it, then you could get into trouble. And it has actually happened in the past, a little as 1 year ago, when a tourist got lost. However, she was successfully recovered the next day. So on our way up to viewpoint 3, just so you can see the terrain. The last stretch up to viewpoint 3, and we come to a slight crossroads, and I'm thinking, do we go right or do we go left? And I know that we're looking for the view of Koh Lipe, therefore I'm going to go with the option to the left, as I can see the sea through the branches of the trees. So this has to be the way. So we'll carefully go around here. looking pretty dried out, and we can see the viewpoint is upon us. However, we have been beaten to it, so we might have to wait slightly to show you, but you can definitely see Koh Lipe in the background. From viewpoint 3. For viewpoint 3. And here is our last viewpoint, viewpoint 3, from Koh Adang Island, with Koh Lipe in the background, showing the most beautiful translucent turquoise seas, and the dark areas are the coral, where you can do some really great snorkeling. So it's quite a height, very, very hot because it's the middle of the day. So we say goodbye now. This is Angie Meadows, the Restless Traveller. Thank you for joining me on our hike up to viewpoint 3.